Yes.
I'm here at the Errol Barra Center for Creative Imagination with Sonia Williams. Sonia, tell us exactly about your role here at UE.
Well, I teach theater arts in the BFA program, which is a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Arts, and I teach in the theater arts section of that. We offer film, theater arts, and dance.
Greetings. I am the original Twin Man, and we're doing a live interview at the University of the West Indies, the KFL campus. I am here for the Rastafari DVD news.
It's, to be frank, it's not that greatly organized, right? Because what happened in the Rasta movement in general is that when it comes to doing groundwork, you have very few people.
Fantastic. So tell me a little bit more about the organization and where you are hoping to go in the future.
Our mission is a repatriation and reparations mission, but we're also concerned about the economic development of Rastafari.
And about the future, we're thinking about Rastafari future. Long after we're gone, the financial union will be here to assist Rastafari and those poor people, period. You know, so
Jah rise, and let his all his enemies be scattered. Jah rise, let all his enemies be scattered. Fire upon all the wicked and all iniquitous workers of iniquity that fight against the Almighty, the creator of all creation, that fight against any natural resources and try to impound and enslave and academically, psychologically, mentally, physically. She can break down Babylon walls.
The director of Tech Demo, Vex, now brings you the Mystic Painting. It was in Jamaica, but now it's in Barbados, and the power has been bestowed upon Ras Kong. The Mystic Painting is stolen.
The Mystic Painting?
Ras Kong, the keeper, must now seek to regain and restore the painting out of the corrupt and evil one's president and Roscoe before it gets out of the island. The Mystic Painting belongs to the Rastafarians, and it has the power to heal and save them when in danger. The Mystic Painting, a Bongo Lights movie production.
Calling all ganja, marijuana smokers and users. Be there at the Steel Shed, Queen's Park in Bridgetown, St. Michael, Barbados on the 31st of January 2012 at 7 p.m. Let's light up the place with the truth. Let's smoke out the myths about marijuana. For a long time we have been humiliated, persecuted, threatened, beaten, imprisoned, wrongfully accused, unfeared, lied on, exploited. They search our homes, infringe on our privacy, wreck our appliances. We had to pay penalties out of our hard-earned pockets, and they even murder some of our children. Because of this God-given plan here on this very earth we live on. It was founded on Solomon Grave, the Chinese industrial for centuries. It is legal in Holland, Amsterdam, in the coffee shops. It's popular in Canada. USA has marijuana medicinal clinics. It is smoked by whites, blacks, Chinese, Japanese, Indian, and all other races and people. They have marijuana marches all over the world in certain cities. The Indians in earlier times use it as their peace pipe. Even presidents of America grew it and smoked it. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, Abraham Lincoln, James Monroe, Andrew Jackson, John F. Kennedy, Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Obama sat around and inhaled the fumes. Here in Barbados, former prime ministers smoke it, and also ministers. Some doctors, lawyers, teachers, civil servants, students, university tutors, and even some of the police smoke it. So now is the time to eradicate the hatred for marijuana. To decriminalize and legalize the use of this friendly, industrial medicinal plant. It is for us to enjoy the great benefits it has to offer. Be there at the Steel Shed, Queen's Park in Bridgetown, St. Michael, Barbados on the 31st of January 2012 at 7 p.m. See you there! Yes, you're on Rastafari DVD News. I'm Bongalite, and this is Lamamba,
All right.
and this is Ras.
Simeon.
Bless. And we are here to let you know what's going on in Barbados and outside of Barbados, but we are focused here on Barbados. We got some things coming up there, so we can got, a little piece of this and a little piece of that. But first of all, we want to let you know about something that was formed here in Barbados to benefit Rastafari. It's called the Rastafari Financial Union. I will let Simeon have his word on it.
Yes, greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I and Empress Wazira Mene. Haile Selassie I lives and reigns. To update you all, just a week ago, we been to Nova Scotia Bike and we are registered the Rastafari Financial Union, right? And account number, if anyone interested in donating, is 1005466. Don't forget, we need your support. This is for you. It's not for me, Bongalite or Lumumba. It's for the Rastafari community, right? As I said before, the government is not helping us. We have to help ourselves in plain words. A lot of long talk. Too many years Rasta been talking in Barbados, right? Come together and make this happen, right? The account number again at Nova Scotia Bank is 1005466. And my number, you can reach me at 250-1139. That is mobile. Always on the go. You must reach me at that. 250-1139. Give thanks.
Reach me at 268-5948.
And the Barbados area code, just in case you outside of Barbados and you may want to know something about it or want to donate some money, the area code is 246. 246 area code. So Simeon could be contacted, Bonga Lights, and my number is 248-0735, 246 area code. Right.
Right now, they had a little incident here with Starliner, a Rasta woman from Jamaica, where she's here in Barbados spending some time, and as a matter of fact, let she tell you more about it. Yeah, straight to Starliner, a Bingy woman.
I'll give thanks and praise to be in Badong. I am Starliner from Jamaica. I deny Bingy house, one love and blessing for one and all. But right now, Bongo Georgia is the high priest, yeah? 7th of January, they're gonna have the Bingy in St. Thomas, Paul Bogle vicinity. That is where I born in Jamaica. Yeah, but I am in Barbados for the Naya Bingy to be keeping in Mount Camwell, 7th of January. Till maybe 7 days still after that, well, I will be back home in Jamaica. But I give thanks to be in Barbados and love the Rasta in Barbados. But I want the Barbados Rasta them to mostly focus on Haile Selassie and not on drugs and weed. Because I just come from Barbados and I just come from up the top there, and a lot of man meeting me, they asking me if I'm selling weed, if I bring weed. I don't bring herb from Jamaica. I don't sell herb in Jamaica. All I deal with is just Naya Bingy, natural craft, and Rastafari liberty. I don't come here to sell cocaine, I don't come here to sell weed. I just come here to heal Rastafari. So give thanks and praise everyone in Badong. Please focus on Rastafari, the newborn creator, Empress Menen and Child, Ethiopia our foundation, the true life, no gun, no bomb. Rasta live and reign throughout the world, so we must do our best, gather our thing, back to Ethiopia, motherland. Jamaica, we're trying to do our best. We're trying some farming right now, like banana, coconut, all those things. Set up the woman quarters and the man quarters. That means when we leave Jamaica, they can know that Rasta was there. I am Black Starliner. I have 5 youths. 3 of them, well, let's stand up in Rastafari. 2 gone to Babylon, but give thanks still. I am still trying. I am now also a grandmother. I have 3 children, so I have to be careful of what I do, what I say, how I live. What I say, love black, live black, stand black forever. The Creator is life. I still say Empress Menen, Wadada to the world. Black power. Give thanks for Bongo Life. Yeah. I always have to look for Bongo Life. Yeah, and I never forget Bongo Life because Prophet bring me around here and he said, man is the only man that cook the best food in Badong. You must not buy food in the road and eat. You must always come to Bongo Life. Yeah. No, I don't know. People saying here that Jamaica man come here and kill Prophet. Prophet is my real brethren. Prophet come by my house in Trenchtown, Bull Bay, Scotch Bars. I don't know if Prophet carrying any weed from Jamaica to come to Barbados to sell. Prophet never come to Jamaica dealing in weed, going and coming. Prophet come and buy t-shirt and things like this that we make. These t-shirt we made them, these bag I made them. Prophet don't not deal in cocaine or drugs to bring from Barbados to Jamaica to sell. But they kill Prophet here, right? I don't know because of what, but I know Prophet is a good regime. But I, Rasta man, I don't know him of him carry many weed from Jamaica to come to Barbados to sell. I don't know him as a drugs man. I know him as a Rasta youth, yeah? And it's my brethren and I feel it, but give thanks to life, but I hope the rest of the Rasta them mere wise and overs what going on because I have some little man in Barbados right now I walk and I kill people for weed because I just come from Jamaica and over 20 man have come to me with money. I say me not do business, me not sell weed, me not deal with nothing like that. In a bad because I don't want police kill me. All when they are Jamaica, I don't sell her. So give thanks. I want him to get it straight. Don't see me on the road and ask me about no weed. I don't deal with those things. Give thanks, Bongo Light, and bless you. Yeah, Rasta woman must always try to keep the dignity. There are a lot of Rasta women, they say there's Rasta, but they walk with their head uncover, and they wear a lot of pants, and a lot of short things and so. Real Jesse Congo, Naya being delivering. Don't deal with that, yeah? Real Rasta woman, you must cover up yourself. When you're going on the street, you cannot live like Babylon to be Rastafari. But we know we have young people, yeah, they love Rastafari, but that is their way to go. But that is not the real way to go. You must take care of yourself and cover up yourself. No flamming for real Rastafari people. No drinking, no smoking, no cigarette and all them things. I must live with them king man. Never try to change the king man to go around there with another king man and come back with the next king man. Fire burn for that, and if your king man drop out of the bingy house, you have to just go and live or go street or look at a different one, but not in the bingy house. That is how Binaya bingy read. My husband, right now he dead 7 years old, Starliner alone, yeah? He burned up in a fire by the cement company 2007. Come all over in an international youth. I just Starliner trading right now. I hire it, yeah? And I'm hoping for the best for all the data them, and we will be in Camwell from maybe tomorrow right back. I guess it's a 5-day Naya Bingi short Barbados, so I will be here, then I will be going to Grenada, then I come back to Barbados, then back in Jamaica. I will be only spending 4 weeks here, 2 years and 2 in Grenada, then back home. So give thanks. Yeah. You have all these things to sell, you don't need certain things. Show me the lion. One thing. Yeah, you see? Real.
So you do this here or you?
My son.
Oh, your
that's
son.
my son do this. Yeah. That's my young son then. Yeah. This for the but me do this. We just cut this and me the marina we just print them, yeah? I still say these are ebony. Real ebony. I want to cut them. Yeah? Straight ebony. Straight. We call this one cushy, 3 top 2 color. Yeah, but straight black. So, one life, one love, one power. Strength to the world, real black power. Black power ever live. Forever and ever and ever. Adada to the world. Good times.
No, woman, no cry. No, woman, no cry. Watch this.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I and Empress Menen. My name is Empress Itrina, and I'm here to offer you some information regarding the Rastafari Financial Union in the hopes that you will come forth and support it. We're now in the initial stages of setting up the committee, the first committee, and what the RFU is about, it's looking to uplift individuals and the community on a whole of the Rastafari movement primarily, but we're also opening assistance to the wider society. We're looking to offer assistance with building after natural disaster, providing assistance in cases of illness, and providing assistance with academic advancement and provisions for the elders and other humanitarian projects in keeping with the international Rastafari creed of let the hungry be fed, the naked clothed, the sick nourished, aged protected, and the infants cared for. There is an account set up right now at the Scotiabank branch, and the account number is 1005466, which you can see at the bottom of your screen. If you need any additional information, any queries you may have, please feel free to email us at the email address on your screen. Thank you. And we ask that you stay tuned for more information on our upcoming meeting, as well as the creation of our Facebook page. And if you would like regular updates regarding the FRU, please send your email to our email address on the screen, and you'll be kept updated via our mailing list. Give thanks. So right now, I would like to big up all the Ayatas in the movement, because this is the time when the lioness on the rise. So I want to big up Empress Ancient Ayata, Mama Maggie here on Bardong, as well as Sister Sheba. We have Ayatas them from Jamaica right now that's trotting in the States, like Sister Farika, Ancient Mama Ashanti, Sister P in Jamaica, all the ancient Ayatas of the Nyabingi Order, 12 Tribe, Haile Selassie Church, and all the other mansions of the Rastafari movement, at home and abroad. I also want to big up all the Empress Warriors of the Justice Committee here in Barbados, spearheaded by Sister Aymari, Aisha, and Sister Maggie. And the numbers are growing. We have daughters stepping up every meeting. The numbers are growing. The Empress them are stepping up. I also want to hail up all the Empress Warriors working and hustling in the numbers on Temple Yard. All the Empress Warriors battling in the system in corporate Bardong, corporate America, corporate anywhere in the world. And many, many more Ayatas holding it firm and doing the works of improvement of self and the community. Yeah, lioness on the rise. Aye.
No, woman, no cry. No, woman, no cry. Watch this.
Presents a series of special intimate studies of the Abyssinian royal family at home. The Empress. She recently appealed to the women of the world for their intervention to prevent war. Yet, should war be unavoidable, she has announced her intention of leaving the Abyssinian women in the battlefield. With her, on the left of this picture, is her daughter, the Princess Tsahai. And here is the young Prince Saleh, looking much too happy to realize the danger of war.
give you Anthony B with the song. I don't even want to tell you what song it is. Just check it out. And from that you will understand why I choose this song. Anthony B.
I say, Rastafari is not here to confuse you. Rastaman is here to teach you. Rastaman is here to educate you. Reggae music beat down the walls of Babylon. Wipe down oppression. Set the captive free. I want to see the people who got love for humanity. Come on. I want to see the people with love for humanity. I say we burn Queen of England for slavery and racial discrimination. I burn Pope John in a Vatican. I burn Bush and I burn Bill Clinton. I burn Hitler, Tony Blair. I burn Mussolini. I burn PJ Patterson. I burn Siaga. I put the fire upon all so-called leaders. I want to see the humanitarian lover. Come on. All the people who love humanity. Give it up for humanity. Star Trail family. You, Mr. Heartless. You're worthless. Pass me soda, me cutlass. You think it's a laughing matter this? You want to try everything, you have your trap set up. And your plan is for one brother to hate the other brother and slay him so Babylon can crush his skull. It's a pity many of our youths don't realize that you trade them with your dollars, give them your killing orders, and turn around and sell them out just like French fries. But here is what you do, you use the youth like them a tool for doing a bag of evil things. But woe be unto you for turning people piddly cool. You shatter their hopes and dreams. You can't deny, don't even try. You are the reason why decomposed bodies are often found. Will not be for long, can't escape with all your wrong. Countless murders committing time. Feed the bag of people you make us so far. Feed the blood money that make you richer. Oh, Mr. Heartless, your enemies are no bitter. Feed the youth you pay, feed the murder. All of the body, fine in a gutter. Oh, remember I go pay for.
The topic is coming up about marijuana. And I have a clip here said
marijuana? You gotta be careful how you say that in Barbados, brother.
Okay. I'm gonna be careful. But I don't care. I don't feel I'm on the Rastafari DVD news. And herb is part of an sacrament. So I gotta defend Rastafari 100%. So whether you like it or not, I'm gonna show you a little clip. A few clips here, so marijuana. Let's go for a little marijuana trip right now.
Listen to this. Smoke from marijuana doesn't hurt lung function as much as smoke from cigarettes. That's the conclusion of a new study by researchers at the University of California, San Francisco and the University of Alabama, Birmingham. They studied more than 5,000 people and found the average marijuana user showed no decrease in lung function. Scientists say that could have something to do with the chemical makeup of marijuana smoke. It might also have to do with the fact that the average pot smoker in the study smoked 1 or 2 joints a month. Now, the average tobacco smoker smoked 9 cigarettes a day. The study is sure to reignite another public debate on whether marijuana should be legalized. So we are posing the question to you, should pot be legal in this country?
And we are excited. We have Marcello Gusso, one of the stars, the star of South Pacific, which is playing this week at ASU Gamage. This topic, it's important we mention Colorado. They are actually leading the state when it comes to getting recreational use of pot put on this year's ballot. States are just kind of tired of this issue coming up, and they want, a lot of folks, you know, want it legalized. Your thoughts on that?
It's a tough one. especially because the consequence that it has for society and how you control the use as a drug in a positive way is very difficult to, to understand the consequence and many states are experienced about this, and other countries also, they have plans on how to get the marijuana legalized. It's a difficult decision.
Now, the arguments against it is that it's a gateway drug to other harsher drugs. And then some people say, well, marijuana is no worse than alcohol, which is legal. More people abuse alcohol than they do marijuana.
Well, if you put it all together, I think someone was talking about the consequence of the alcohol in the society is altogether much more bigger than all the drugs altogether. And that's clear. But how you control the access. I believe marijuana is one of the oldest ancient herbs to use for health issues,
medicinal
back
purposes
in the ancient times. But how we use and how we control.
So today, when this study comes out, you have those with medicinal usage of pot, and then those who want it legalized recreationally saying, yay, a study supports what we've been saying. It doesn't hurt our lungs.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened with our minds.
That's good. That's a good point. That's a good point. So your lungs are healthy, but you're going crazy in the process.
You're chill, you're relaxed,
right?
That's for sure.
And a lot of the improvements, the study's authors did point out that they note that excessive use, 20 times a month, they did see a decline in lung capacity. So if you are an excessive user of marijuana, don't think that the lung study is in support of you. You actually saw it.
Yes, if you're a pothead, you are in trouble.
Not only your lungs, but your mind as well. Here's what you guys are saying on Facebook. Kelly Mahoney writes, personally, I don't like the idea of a legal weed office on every street corner. It opens up the idea to not let legal kids to think it's okay and normal to get legal weed.
Justin Morris says, legalize it nationwide. Maybe then the feds can focus on real problems like the economy.
Andrew Muse and I'm very much opposed to any attempt to make marijuana legal for medical or recreational purposes.
Samuel McQuarrie says, I don't understand some of the reasons that those who oppose it. Some say it will do terrible things to society or harm children if it's legalized. Well, look at the current state of society and how kids and teenagers act these days, like it could get any worse. I know California was considering at one point legalizing it and then taxing it as a way of revenue for the state. And then again, taking it out of the hands of the dealers.
And what you said, how do you control that?
Yeah.
How do you control that? We have pot police. That's what we end up having.
But if you haven't been to England, well, this is a clip I want to show you of the Rastafari Peace Patrol in England, who goes around and make sure that the streets are peaceful. They work with the police and stuff, right? And they will explain to you what they really do. Check them out.
From the moment I step out the door, I start my patrol. I start my peace patrol. I leave, I read a psalm, Ezekiel 37. I leave in good spirit, and I aim to uplift the people, young or old, from the moment I leave the door. From the moment I left the door this afternoon, I'm on patrol, peace patrol that is. Just like the foundation headquarters up in Birmingham, Handsworth, just like they patrol on the beat, they design their own uniform to distinguish and to obviously distinguish themselves, the difference between the Rastafari peace officers out on peace patrol and actually officers in duty. Example, I have exactly the same uniform as they do up in Handsworth, Birmingham, and the badges represent His Majesty Haile Selassie I, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. And a known sign we actually use is the sign of peace.
We can work it out. We got to overcome this. We got to remember the children are watching. We got to be careful in all that we do.
I like it right. That's the best thing I've seen all day. I see on the newsroom steps.
See, so this is a homeless gentleman who sleeps on the steps of the local museum in Cardiff. So this is the fine example of the things that we're facing in Cardiff, in the local city, and things that we could actually do something about.
More support, you want?
More support.
More support.
All right, my friend. Your voice will be heard, my friend.
I hope so. I hope I am. because I've lived on the streets now for the last 10 years, so...
This is where you can find us. The address is on the back. Any help or support is available there for you. There's some training if you want to learn how to use a computer or anything like that. Acting as the go-between communities, breaking down barriers and building bridges.
Another happy brother.
No way I'm good.
Oh, guys.
Oh, you're right. How you doing? All right. How you doing?
Hi guys, how you doing? What are we doing here? Let's paint a package on our book. Excellent.
As a Rastafarian in this time now, Haile Selassie say is the cleaning of the sanctuary. As a member of Haile Selassie Peace Foundation, that means you can't go to Zion with no criminal mind. So we come to tell the community, say, listen, time we're done with war and crime.
Can you understand what I'm saying? Yeah? Are you feeling okay?
My accident only.
You had an accident? When have you had an accident? Have you got any identification on you, sir? Can you hear me? I'm concerned about you. I'm wondering why you're lying down here.
Lots of these polices in this community, they don't even come from this area, but they're here to help the community. But people don't realize that. They think that police they are here to make it worse, but they are not here to make it worse. It will be worse if people don't help. If people don't put in their own input. I mean, an hour, half an hour. You just need to realize what's going on and try to make things better, and just put your input. You know what I mean? I believe this is a good thing, and I would like lots of people in the community to come and help us, give us a hand, and I'm sure if they do that tomorrow, the next day, next year, it will be a better community for each and every one of us. The majority of feedback has been good. We've been respected, and as making that brave step to walking side by side with the police, knowing the relationship and the history of people of Answorth and the police, you know. Plus, we don't want our children growing up with a gun culture, drug culture, 24/7 around them. You know what I mean? I never grew up like that around here, so I don't know why them should have to. We're not forgetting we pass. You know what I mean? We not forget, but we can forgive and move on. You know what I mean? And make a better way for the future and for the children.
I didn't even know all that was going on. We need to form something here. We need to get it started, and the RFU and the Rasta
Selassie Security Services.
Services, yes. We want to bring some order in the streets. Yeah, that's what I mean. Too much killing, too much stealing. I mean, little piece snatching gold chains and all this nonsense and snatching. We want to stop that. We want to do something better with the youths. We want to put something better in the streets. So I'm glad that clip came on and showed us and gave us some ideas on what we could do right here in Barbados too.
Yes,
bro.
Yes, there's a lot going on that I myself don't even know about. So I hope you all will get to learn about the RFU. For real, for sure, you know what I mean?
Welcome to Bunga Rice Culture Place, where we have the largest variety of outdoor food on the town. Get your cabbage and rice, peas pie, green banana cocoon, macaroni pie, cream potato, chow mein, fried fruit cocoon, shepherd's pie. We got fries, croutons and baked franks with a lovely veg stew consisting of pumpkin. Come on to there, Mondays to Saturdays from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. It's already going on. No. Nah, Drake. Nah. Yes, soldier. Remember. Yes, man. I got an article here, so many people there still talking. This year, man, talk about he gets to. And I guess what? He got on locks. Listen, I can't even show you this here now. Alright, I'm ready for you. I say you'll be happy, you come, man. Alright.
You don't want to see this, man?
Man, yes, Dre. Check the paper here, man.
See this here, man. Stone for being. Where's this? This man got locks. You see? This is what I try to explain to people all the time. Now here's a man that's saying that he being stoned for being gay. And I don't believe that, because in Barbados, you got a lot of homosexuals that walk around every day. Nobody stone them. Nobody do anything to them. So why would they want to stone him? And the only reason that I believe that they would want to stone this man is because he wearing locks. And locks is identified as Rastafari. So you walking around with locks on your head and you talking about you being stoned because you gay. That don't really make sense. Not in Barbados. It makes sense because what makes sense is that you got locks on your head and you walking around knowing that you are being identified as Rastafari, but saying that you're homosexual. It don't mix. Rastafari is a liberty that deal with king and queen, where our God is king and queen. I don't, whatever a man and woman want to do with their life, that's their life. But you can't bring that into Rastafari. You cannot bring that, because that is what we don't represent. That we represent a true and living God and Goddess, right? So Mr. Dwayne Best, I would suggest that you really take a look at yourself. If you don't want nobody to disrespect you, don't disrespect other people's culture, right? And everybody that saw this picture, the first thing that they said, oh, there's a Rasta man. And I'm going to show you something, brethren. Just 3 months ago, I read Three Little Sister in Reasoning, and they had a reason about some video clip they was watching. And one of the sisters said, the one that was walking up the worst, the one that was walking up the best, it was a Rasta man, but he's a bullet. So I had to turn around to the sisters and say, well, sis, what do you mean by that? She said, yes, he's a bullet, but he got locks. He's a Rasta, he got locks. Listen, locks, being a bullet and being Rasta, it do not mix. There's no such thing. That's like associating bullying with Islam. That's like associating bullying with Christianity. That's like it doesn't mix. We are saying that this man here got stoned because he's walking around Barbados and with locks on his head, and I'm quite sure everywhere he go, people call him Ras, and therefore if anyone know what Rasta is, he's going to have problems. So respect other people's liberty like you want other people to respect yours. Rastafari. So that's the first.
Right now, let me tell you now. Rasta don't deal with a bodyism right now. A penis is made for a vagina. A penis is not made for a rectum. And that is how it is in Rastafari. So when you come in with that penis and ass, don't bring it in Rastafari. That is nothing to do with Rastafari. So if you gay and you go on locks, take your locks off and don't disrespect our liberty, because we put judgment for you to the power of the Most High. Jah Rastafari. I bumble like the fireman there, so tell you so. Fire! Fire! Dread hard, you know, Dread.
Rastafari.
Bantu. Rastafari DVD News. Well, I'm gonna take you to Jamaica, and this is about. You ever heard about fire water? Water actually got fire burning on water. You never seen that before.
No.
Well, I'm gonna
Fire
show you
water.
fire water.
I want to see that.
I'm gonna take you exactly. Let us
I want to see this fire water.
in Jamaica.
All right.
Okay, let's go there.
Jamaica.
Straight to Jamaica.
All right. Be yourself.
Okay.
Go ahead.
First, I tell you good afternoon. My name is Aaron, otherwise called Police. I have a contact number which is 587-2035. You can contact me at that number anytime you want to get me. Always here. Okay. This is a mineral. Yeah, which is good for all aches and pain. Because of the fire what I can lit on it, is no oil in it, no gas in it, is sulfur is the cause of it, why I can lit it. The reason I know I could lit it is the cause of this young man over there, his grandmother. That young man, Kevin, yes? His grandmother was the first person who discovered, know that it could lit. Okay, there was once was a fruit tree was up there, was an orange tree was once was here, like that one over there. We can see those red fruit on it, yes? Here was one of it was here. She came one morning to have her bath in it. So she looked at that tree and she saw some ripe fruit on it. So she decided she gonna get some of the orange from it. Okay, there was a lot of things in the tree to sting her, to bite her. They call them wasps, otherwise some people say bees. So anywhere those stuff are, you got to burn them away before you can get that fruit. They are very dangerous, stinging. Okay, she tried to burn them away, and the fire sparkle drop in it and ignite it. She run back up there, leave the few orange what she was picking and run to her parents and let them know that ghost down here, the water is on fire. Which her parents turn to her and tell her no, this was where the slavery come for their healing where they get owned. Okay, that lady have been having her bath in this water from 20 years old. Now that lady is 109 years old, still living, healthy and strong, doing everything for herself. This is the only water what she come and have her bath into. Okay. She says in 1920 scientists came and drill it, was wondering the cause of it where it could be lit. Taking water all over the world for testing. Take back a year before they send back a list to her, telling her that it have 24 components of mineral in it. Which is human friendly. Potassium, calcium, iron, you name them. This water cures sinus, arthritis, eczema, cataracts on the eyes, blocking of the tubes, swelling of the skin, circulation, headache, toothache, backache, saltness, even ghost on it. Once you come here and you get a bath in it and let this water stay on you for 24 hours, you get rid of all those ailments and sickness what you have. People came here crippled, legs stay like this, they never walk from their barn. Come and give them a bath in this water. 3 morning they can have none of the walk. Men come here, hands like this, never stretch out. Take them in this water, give them a bath in it. 3 morning, hands can stretch out, they can move around. This is where I also cook my food in it. Every day, this is where I cook my food. I take it from a natural medicine by even drinking 7 handful of it every day. Let me healthy and strong, no sickness, 41 years old. Bless you. Check him out.
Do you remember Burning Spear when he got the award?
Burning
the Grammy Award years ago?
Yeah, man.
Well, there's a clip that, you know what I mean, that I always love this clip, you know what I mean? And then we need to share this here with people, you know? Remember the Elder Berger, you always got to keep remembrance of the Elder Berger. Yeah, man.
Bless him.
Yeah, so
Always,
here's the
always
clip there,
remember the
so
elders.
when he got the Grammy Award. Check it out.
You can walk, 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 walk. Walk your country, walk. Walk Caribbean, walk.
One of the most celebrated reggae artists in Jamaica's history, Burning Spear, aka Winston Rodney, took home a 2009 Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album for their latest album, Jah Is Real. This was Burning Spear's second Grammy win, the first being a Grammy in 1999 for the album Calling Rastafari. Going up against Burning Spear in the Best Reggae Album category was Elephant Man for Let's Get Physical, Heavy D for Vibes, Lee Scratch Perry for Repentance, Shaggy for Intoxication, and Sly and Robbie for Amazing. On the red carpet before the Grammy Awards, Burning Spear talked about how much a Grammy means to him.
Grammy, it's mean a lot. It's mean that we are doing something good. We are doing something make a lot of sense, musical, like reaching out to the people all over the world. People could identify the quality of music, and it's all different type and kind of music, carrying different arrangement, lyrics, and stuff like that. It's very outstanding. It's the essence of the whole thing. It's mean a lot. to me, and I know it also means a lot to other musicians and singers.
In a ceremony not aired on live TV, Burning Spear accepted the award for Best Reggae Album and thanked his fans that have supported him over his brilliant career.
I would like to say thanks to my wife and our son, as an independent label, to my engineer, Brian and Ted, especially to the people who believe in what I've been doing over the past years. A special thanks to my fans from all over the world. Keep the spear burning. One love, peace, joy is real.
As of press time, Burning Spear are currently taking some time away from touring. Look for more tour dates to be announced in the near future.
Let's keep on moving. Walk, walk, walk.
The Brethren Garnet Silk. They say he was they're gonna be like the next Bob Marley. And this is one of the songs. This is Garnet Silk here performing with his friends. This is I don't even want to talk too much. I just want you to hear it and enjoy the vibes. Check this out.
Hold it, don't go. Hold it. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it.
Come in, Culture Knox. Come in, Blender. Come in, Youth and Green. Come in, Billy Mystic. All of my youth, come in. Come in, no. Selassie. Selassie. Rastafari. Easy. Easy. Baby, don't worry. Don't worry. No, 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 no. No, woman, no cry. No, woman, no cry. No, 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 no. No, woman, no cry. No, no. No, woman, no cry. Watch this. Baby, you've got class. Your boss. You know how to treat a man. Don't change a thing now. Darling, I'm so proud of you. Your examples are so true. Oh me, oh my, pretty baby, don't be shy. Oh me, oh my, I'm gonna tell you why. Oh me, oh my, pretty baby, don't be shy. Oh me, oh my, I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, white sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, three bags of wool. One for the master, one for the master spray, one for Babylon, one for the poor man who needs it most. Yes, tell them we're seeing culture.
Them down king of kings, who them down loud of love, man, what they do. Who them down king of kings, yes, what they do. Who them down loud of love. Now it is written in the Bible, Mr. Clip and plain the father. Falling as in the wind, they pay the man, they make it. Stop on your finger, you sent to be blame. This is what the culture of people mean. Is Selassie I. Him is the most high. Is Selassie I. The same man will be and deny. Is Selassie I. That man will never die.
Come in, soldier. Come in, minute.
It's prophecy, yeah. Yes, it's prophecy. Just like the big one when crash at Germany. Gonna tell you that it's prophecy. And like the world war that they call World 3. Telling you that this is prophecy. And the wicked man money gonna go down, you see. Lord, I know that it's prophecy. Prophecy.
With that passion at the end, passion at the end, passion at the end. All over the world, when I see me, woo! Passion at the end, passion at the end, passion at the end. It is too right. Youth and Green, touch them. The people of my ball, whoa, whoa, yeah. Every day is a new complaint. People of my ball, whoa, whoa, lad. it in vain. Can't take the sun, them can't take the rain. 6 or 1.5 dozen same. Every day them get up and them a blame, and them put it on Master and Sister Jane. The people them a ball, woy, woy, Lord, every day. Come can fear us.
God have mercy. What me say? What's this? Big grit. I and I come from Ram. Skin up me no come here to play. I am a revolutionary DJ. Me no come from Ram. Skin up me no come here to play. I am a revolutionary DJ. But then you have something and then you have some DJ doing some type of tune like everything is okay. And then while poor people are suffer every day, and black people still end up on the same way. It's like them not able to King Bob Marley say, when we chant down Babylon with the reggae, but none of them doing the bit, not the opposite way. But I now go for land, none of them and go for say, me not come from wrong. Skin up me not come here to play. I am a revolutionary day.
Oh Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy, watch me. God, you are my shining star. You mean everything to me. Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Hard road to travel, and a mighty long way to go. Hard road to travel, and it's a mighty long way to go. Now me say Jada is our blessed Savior. He gon' lead us to the way I know. Lord I say, oh me, oh my little darling God.
I want you to sing this song with me. Do you want to start it, you and green? One love, one night. Let's get together and be alright. Yes, I. Let's come in it now.
Yeah.
Garnet.
Yes. Big up Garnet. He's gone, but his spirit still lives. Spirit still lives. Yes, I.
Welcome to Bunga Rice Culture Place, where we have the largest variety of outdoor food on the town. Get your cabbage and rice, peas pie, green banana cocoon, macaroni pie, cream potato, chow mein, breadfruit cocoon, shepherd's pie. They got fries, croutons and baked franks with a lovely veg stew consisting of pumpkin. Come on to where? Mondays to Saturdays from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m.
Greetings, I am the original Twin Man, and we are doing a live interview at the University of the West Indies, the KFL campus. I am here for the Rastafari DVD news. I'm here interviewing a brother, his name is Shea, and we just want to ask him a simple couple questions. Mr. Shea, you're here at the UE. It's a place that many people dream of coming to as far as academics are concerned. You're a roots man also. How are you coping being a roots man here at the West Indies University campus, seeing that 15 to 16 years ago it would be only in the dream mind of an individual being a roots person to be here?
Really and truly, issues back then in the same now, people being more open and receptive to certain things, and because of a lot of the Rastafari community seem to be intelligent persons, you know, like Maloney, the fellow that passed, a very intelligent person, you know, because of that it put people on the map, you know, to open their eyes to a wider perspective in terms of, let me say, even Barack Obama making it so far as just a black man, just opening minds, so everything is good though.
Well said, well said. And what area are you pursuing here at the university? What studies are you into here?
Banking and finance.
Okay, so in the next couple of years then we have a Rastafari bank?
Even so, because I mean, a lot of black people know the Bajan culture now is not really want to save, but they don't invest in money and they don't do things to keep pushing and pulling up. So when every other background, ethnic background, doing certain things to make money and keep money growing, we only save. So it's a good way to open people's minds that, you know, you gotta, even though you want to separate yourself from certain things in the system, still you gotta survive. So
Just remember, we are here at the university, KFA campus. This is Brother Shea, a dreadlock brother. He's pursuing banking. He's a great mind, as he mentioned earlier, like Ikobi Maloney. And I heard you mention Ikobi Maloney, so I will just simply ask you, how do you feel about Ikobi Maloney and the situation that we had?
I think it's a victimization kind of situation, though, because a lot of information still being hidden from certain people from allowing them, and then like when people want to voice their views, people being like, it's stopping people from just having an opinion or making a statement on certain things. I ain't fair, so.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bongo Lights, this thing with I hear Luciano coming to Barbados.
Oh, you mean you done it? Listen, I pissed off. You imagine? I got a movie called The Mystic Painting, right? Cause I even showed it at the George Street Auditorium there, so we had a date, yeah. You know what I mean? We done had that crowd response, and yeah. We done had that crowd response because it wasn't, the nation was supposed to publish it in the paper. They didn't publish it that we were singing, so a lot of people didn't know about it. But what I'm worried about is that the government can take money and bring in a foreign artist, right? Like Luciano. I got no problem with Luciano, right? It's not about Luciano. But I'm thinking, you could go and bring a foreign artist, and right now, we here in Barbados that who is cultural people, we are not getting support with nothing. You're not getting help with our movie industry, and they could take money, you know, we taxpayers' money, and can help a foreign artist, right? I know they have local artists on the thing, but listen, what about the movie industry that they should be helping? This government is frauds. So they can't even run the system properly. Even the instant they saw down there at school that they're going on for years, they can't even solve. And they can't even, I don't know who, these people would need to remove. We need a Rastafari Liberation Party to run this country. We need Rastas that qualified to take up the mantle and get themselves in order and form a party so we can have Rastafari running the government and keeping it tight. Aye, so I bungle like so. When they helping me, and when we run, when election time come, when we come tell Rastas who put DLP in power.
And Rasta is who put DLP in power. I'm glad you said that, Bridget. And the first thing when the DLP come on into power, what happened? Ikobi Maloney gets killed. A Rasta man gets murdered. Right? So when you talking about so there's a lot of issues that need to be addressed. And then when you talking about you're gonna give $50 million to Four Seasons out of the taxpayers, out of the taxpayers' money to give to 50 million when you could have took that 50 million and did so much for Barbados and did so much for the creative arts in Barbados. But you decide to look over that and you want to bring Luciano. You want to try the same strategy that Thompson used, and you want to attract all of the so-called Rastas to the Democratic Party, and then at the end of the day, what you gonna do? Kill another Rasta? Let's be real, man. Let's be real.
Yes, they all want to live off of foreign culture, foreign entrepreneur. We want I'm an entrepreneur. I need help. With my movie business, all they give me, and I have youth. We can provide jobs for youth. And everybody loves my movies. I know. I'm gonna say everybody, but the majority of youths I think love my movies. They even every minute they always talk to me and want to get involved. And so it is all about money. We need to express ourselves through movies. And this is the thing now at this time. And we need to get it step up at a higher level. But no, as the one who really the first film festival that ever beat Jamaica, St. Lucia and Trinidad. I beat Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Lucia with my movie Take Them Out. I take up all of them with the movie. And that movie there from there, I write to the NCF for help, and they never even respond to me. I already let propose, they didn't respond to me. That's why they won't write the proposal to these people, because as Ras, they don't like Rastafari, they don't care about Ras. They only, you go come and bow to them and kiss them ass. They say Bungle, I don't kiss the ass. And my grandmother told in this time, my great grandmother told in this soil and build this country.
That's right.
And I deserve help. And if the government don't give me help, I can burn coals of fire. I'm gonna see for myself that Lord and leaders can drop down dead. Cause Jah never feel like yet. Tell you so. Jah can drop dead. A lot of wanna watch and see. When they play, when they want help, people that who honestly they don't want to turn. If I take up a gun now and go and start shoot people and rob places, they don't want to say I bad because I'm gonna like I to do that. Jah know my heart. I'm not killing or rob my body. You know what I mean? See? I said, I know the movie business need to be forward. And all this talk about Minister Culture don't even know nothing about. But what going on in this country, who's the really creative arts in this country. They only want to get a few people think that they're always circulating money among certain people. And don't want to help the youths. A lot of youths, they got talent. I just take youth talent and put it in a movie. And let it express, you know what I mean? And be what they want to be, you know what I mean? It's a matter of expression. You know what I mean? And we need help in your movie business. So fire upon Babylon, man. All they want to turn and say, want to try to make it like as a drug lord and all sorts of things. They try to come and try to make me look like as the worst thing in Barbados. But they don't know why. You know when they come for my property there, so in 2004 and try to raid my place and try to carry me court and so on. I dealing with drugs. They find her innocent because police see me when I court and tell her holy lies. Police tell her holy lies for the youth. And the youth is just beat the youth and the youth will say anything because the man don't want the man can't take blows too much, you know what I mean? The call for the grandmother, the mother, father where they even got. You understand? But I want to know Barbados needs a change. If we don't change with the ways and change, the Almighty can change this country. Believe you me. That's all I got to say.
And as I said, man, if you're going, we're going to put this in perspective. If you're going to use Rastafari,
help
Rastafari. Don't help Rastafari with a show. A show can't feed my family. A show can't feed my youths. I sure can't send my youths to school or take care of my grandmother or my grandfather or my mother. I sure can't do that. If you're going to do something for Rasta, really sure that you want to do something for Rasta, set out some money. Show the Rasta community that just like you're willing to give a white boy $15 million to help him out, to help him bail out of a racetrack, and they got money already, and you could give them $15 million to help them. And Barack, a man, a black construction worker in Barbados, you can't pay him back his money, but I bet you going to pay SEALs and all them their money. And you going to pay all, anything you owe. What's the other construction white boy name? Williams. Carl Williams. I bet you if you owe them, you going to pay them. You got to be for real. You gotta be for real about this. Respect your own. Respect black people, just like you respect the Indians and the white boys. Respect your own. Respect your own. And that goes for DLP and BLP. Respect your own. Rastafari.
Are we? What is this?
It's Cafe.
Okay.
No, it's Erica's Cafe.
Okay.
Where is the joy? Where is the love? I'm sure no love want more and more. Sometimes I wonder we are going to happen to the poor. Come and see them walk, never take them back. So if I jump shoot the window, I'll jump through the door where we see again. Separation the love, and I'm from feeling to blood. It's a chick and it's a tyranny, it's a poor Rastafari. What them a facing and poor. Watch Babylon and come and stretch out them hand. And chat me say me a speak about them food stop me run. And you give me a do me put no stand by that break and they go when you walk up and you go them out and let you. And on bamboo trees I meditate. Come and run out for my life some more reprobate. Me tell them how well that works me now violate. When them see Rasta man and me don't be penetrate. No, one and two. Sometimes I wonder we go can't make you do. 1 month again, they say I go the rent and go. After seeing a job, after seeing a parade. For 10 years, tell me they are never find all the cash. Tell my children the woman and the husband the crash. The man they are hospital with broke back. And the woman they are yard still a walk and catch. No, more and more. Sometimes I wonder where I go to the poor. Cause me see them broke them until them back sore. If I jump through the window, I'll jump through the door. Me see again, separation galore. From ceiling to floor. It a drip and it a tear and it a pour a safari. Yeah, you don't know this is Jamaica, heading on to Rickson, you know. One love,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Personal show.
Yeah.
You said you just made that today?
Yeah, man. Yeah, in the car. Yeah.
Nice, man. So this is your inspiration, right?
Yeah, man. Alright, man. While working out, you know, I go make music.
Welcome to Bongo Rice Culture Place, where we have the largest variety of outdoor food on the town. Get your cabbage and rice, peas pie, green banana cocoon, macaroni pie, cream potato, chow mein, bread fruit cocoon, shepherd's pie. We got fries, croutons and baked franks with a lovely veg stew consisting of pumpkin. Come on to where? Mondays to Saturdays from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m.
Are talking holy for strange things about who we are, street family, who we are, yeah. I twin man vows to tell them, yeah, who we are, street family, who we are, yeah. Yeah. Looking at, yeah. Looking at, yeah. Families will make it, yeah. This is who we are, the street family. I'm loving you, you're loving me. This is who we are, the street family. Yeah. Nothing to do, nothing to say. Look at now, I'm getting well. Yeah, we are the families that represents these streets. Yeah. Some are not the street, wrong talk with them. Some are looking for money and fame, but you and me, one family. That's the way it should be. Firm and tight, cause we're rolling deep. Yeah. Street families will make it. Yeah. Amongst ourselves, we have our own differences. Nothing too big, nothing too great, we can forgive. Cause at the end of the day, I would gladly say it's been good knowing you in each and every way. When the streets be hot, gangsters up his slide. You know it's getting cold on the outside. Don't worry, take your brother, just swallow your pride. Call it a small issue and let it slide. Yeah. Street families will make it. Yeah. Listen. Red Zone, Red Beard, and Red Sea. The 3 fire clans down in the street. And Church Village 6 roads, Lexus and Dog Pound. Una not tired for ear man get gunned down. Taliban scare them, War 21. Crop respect Kamali and the Pakistan. Why don't we all let this madness end? And remember the days when we are friends. Yeah. Street families will make it. Yeah. Street families will make it.
Yes, Bongo Lights, back again. You seen today's paper?
Yeah, man.
And you see yesterday's paper?
Yeah.
But you notice that everything that we talked about Barack, we talk about the 50 million, We talk about all these things, and you see today in the IMF is talking about what Barbados is doing, and they got to be careful of taking all this money out of the NIS.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is what we've been saying. I'm glad to see that in yesterday's paper they talked about the brother Barak, the contractor Barak, and they're finally getting in negotiation with him to pay the man back the money that they owe him, right? But these things I'm saying, respect your own. Learn to respect your own, whether you're BLP, DLP. Know that we got a common history, man. Know that you ain't come from the rich class. You come from the same class that everybody else come from. Whether you got money now or what. Respect those that respect where you come from.
Right? What I was saying too, right? Like you're gonna spend 50 million, and you know how the industry. If war break out now in Iran now, and the price of oil goes up and things happen, and you know that how these terrorists and they start one places now, you know what I mean, and they might want to target England and that stuff. You know the English travel, they ain't gonna be traveling as before, and the United States people ain't gonna be traveling like before. So it's a risk. I spending $50 million in the tourism industry when you can deal with us in the movie industry. We could help us. We ain't even gonna take that much. You understand? And if we can generate jobs. We know we roots people, we rastas know to generate work and generate income, and we could do it. But you know, when I say, I hear one of your politicians in the DLP calling the bulldog or the pit bull, it's called the pit bull. You know, we all know what I'm talking about. He said have geniuses. We can get geniuses like in China. But the honest to me, us, we are geniuses. I can create games. Anything you give me. I can make movies. I can do a lot of things. But you all don't trust in your own, but you don't want to take your money and invest in something that is a chance you take in. And then the people hard on NIS money gone down the drain.
That's right.
You understand? So but you don't want to take chances with us. You could work because you know why? Because we got dreadlock. And we fight against the negative of the system. You understand? Not we hate people or nothing like that. But if you're doing folly, you're doing folly. And Rasta don't stand for that sort of folly. You understand? You gotta respect your own. Like I tell you before, and I will tell you again. My great-great-grandmother, my grandmothers get brought here and we told, and we hardly get anything. You understand? And I is a descendant of the slave and the plantation, plantocracy, that one of the thing. I deserve, I'm supposed to get something help. I'm gonna play when I don't want help, and I will want to help all kind of people. But I want to forget the ghetto people. The ghetto people who put one there when they can get tech out. When you know we ever watch the picture called Tech Them Out, I was the originator. Well, when I could take one out.
That's right.
Straight up.
Oh yeah. As Brother Bongalai said, man, and this is for real. We gotta know our history. As Bajan, as African people here in Barbados, we have to understand our history. Everybody knows the history except us. We came here, we worked for over 400 years without pay to make the Europeans in Barbados give them the wealth that they have today. We are saying now that we are the descendants of those slaves that built your plantations, that built your houses, that built your roads, that did all these things and never got any service or never got any pay for their services. We know, this generation, we want it. We want it. We are tired of living in squalor. We are tired of not being able to feed our children. We are tired of not being able to have proper health care. We are tired of just eating nothing to survive. And when everybody is saying, well, look, what's wrong with them? It's not what's wrong with us. Look at our history and know that you got a 400-year jump on us. 400 years. That's like me if we got to run around the garrison. And I start running from in Black Rock. And you start from on the garrison. And by the time you get to Black Rock, and you tired of asking you, well, why you can't keep up with me? Nah, we got to understand what's going on here. They need to pay. Listen, I'm not saying we asking for no handouts. I am saying that, listen, if my ancestors worked for no pay for 400 years, I am saying that you owe me. And this ain't nothing that you got to go back on and read. This is a reality. This is a fact. Sure.
Right? Right now, look at the conditions of black people in Barbados. The BLP and the DLP ain't doing nothing for poor people. That's a fact. They don't know what to do.
They don't understand what's going on. A lot of them ministers is so far removed from reality. They are so far removed from the common man and common woman in the street that it don't make no sense for us to keep going at them and keep hollering and keep begging them, because they don't understand. We the ones got to now come together, man, and say, look, we gonna put ourselves together, pool all resources, whatever those resources is, and we gonna try to make it happen and make Barbados a better place, not only for Rastafari, but for everybody. But for everybody that's here. They talk about tourism. They're talking about tourism and how, now listen, tourism is down all over the world. As the economies all over the world go through their changes, tourism is down. So if you invest in all of your money, all of your energies into one particular thing, the sugar industry is closed. You don't even produce sugar no more, because you feel that tourism was going to be the thing that's going to do it. But tourism ain't going to do it. We got to be creative, man. Guyana could feed the entire Caribbean. Guyana could feed the entire Caribbean. What do we need to depend on England or Canada or America for that is not here in the Caribbean? Why can't we believe in ourselves? Why can't we stop this xenophobia that's going on all in Barbados about this person is Guyanese, this person is Trini, this person, listen, man, we all come from a common ancestry, man. Whether you end up in Trini, whether you end up in Jamaica, or whether you end up in wherever you end up, everybody had to pass through this little rock right here. Every single person had to pass through this rock right here. So the whole of it is Bajans, if you want to look at it that way. Whether you're Trini, whether you're Jamaica, whether you're wherever it is, your ancestors had to pass through here before they get to Jamaica, before they get to Trini, before they get to Guyana, Grenada, and anywhere else. So understand the significance and the importance of this rock. Understand the significance and the importance of the people that live on this rock, and understand that we as a people know that we are going to assert ourselves and we are going to get what is ours, plain and simple. We don't want nobody telling us to wait for the pie in the sky, to wait for the God out of the sky to come give you nothing. We already know that the God in the sky ain't coming to give us nothing. We know that we got to wake up and do and go for it, and that's what we're doing. We waking up and go for it, and nobody ain't gonna put us to sleep no more. You can't scare us with death. You can't scare us with none of these things, because we ain't into that. We want what is ours, what is rightfully ours. We want to be respected, like you respect every single human being in Barbados. You respect the Indians, you respect the whites, so respect your own. And that's what we're saying, respect your own. DLP, BLP, let's come together, man, and see. Y'all see what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. The games that used to be played before, these little foolish handouts you giving to black people, I give $100 for a vote, I do this and you that, these promises and all these things that you've been doing to people, all the gig is over. It is over. It's true. It is over. So now we want ours, man, and we want ours the right way. We don't want the promises. Give it to us now, or don't give it to us at all. Haile Selassie the First, live and reign continually. Blessings.
Blessings.
His Majesty.
Blessings. Greetings. I'm here at the Errol Barra Center for Creative Imagination with Sonia Williams. Sonia, tell us exactly about your role here at UE.
Well, I teach theater arts in the BFA program, which is a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Arts, and I teach in the theater arts section of that. We offer film, theater arts, and dance. So outside of teaching theater arts, I also do a lot of directing of plays, training of actors, teaching history of theater, techniques for acting, that kind of stuff.
Sonia, tell me how you got into this whole field and this whole discipline of theater arts. Where did it all begin?
Well, theater arts is a shamanic space for me. It's a space of ritual, and it's a space of visioning and healing, and it's an artistic space, right? I started when I was very young, performing on the stage in Barbados at church and suppers and stuff like that. And when I went to the United States, I performed in dance more so. When I went to university, I was a chemistry major in high school and a law major in university. And I went to do theater, and I was going to a predominantly white school, and by that I mean that people of European descent. I was one of 8 people in my class of 1,000 who were people of color, so to speak. Wow. And so with that kind of awareness, which I had before I even went to school there, of who I was as a person of the African diaspora, with that kind of awareness, I was very frustrated in my law classes, etc. But theater offered me a space where I was free to express and free to investigate more around my origins and more about myself. And because of that free space, I think I ended up there. But I always used to pretend as a child.
Okay, so let's get more down to the roots and culture. For me, storytelling has always been part of our African history. So for me, there are a lot of strong links between storytelling and a lot of things what I see in theatre today. How does that work with the role that you play, especially as a director?
Well, it goes beyond storytelling, because and storytelling is central, but in the sense that when you tell a story, you tell it to a community. So theatre is very much about that community, about inspiring that community, about telling our stories, etc. But even more than that, when I teach an actress, a young actress, what I'm teaching them is not how to emulate or imitate myself, but really how to question the universe, how to question the world, and how to express themselves, how to free their natural voice, how to release their physical body, and therefore become more themselves, and then express that self, within context of, there's also the analysis of the world we come from, the culture we come out of, the way we live as a people around the world, and how we're differentiated because of that. And so one of the classes I taught last term was Critical Foundation in the Arts, which looks at the arts within the context of humanity. And so in that sense, my work is very much connected to the human experience, and how to make the human experience a better one, how to live better in the world.
Well, Sonia, as a strong, black, intelligent cisgen, how does your human experience transcend to your pupils and the people that you interact with here at UE?
Well, I teach by example and I teach by experience. So a big part of my life, by the time my students leave here, they know me well, because I always use myself as the first example. I'm not afraid to put myself forward as the first example. And having traveled the world, and I lived in Nigeria, I did research in Nigeria when I finished my first degree on the difference between European theatre and African theatre. Having lived in Nigeria, lived in England, lived in Trinidad, lived in Jamaica, lived Cuba, all over, then I bring that with me as well in terms of informing how we do it, because how we do it is just as important as what we do, the process we go through. And also in my field, as in most fields in academia, it's dominated by the Western discourse and the Western definitions of what it is. And so part of my being here is also challenging that and offering, let's say, the people that are other, the other people, they call us the other people, the people of color. How can we bring that history to the forefront, and how can we represent ourselves as having something that is distinctive of our culture? Because what differentiates us from other, when I say us, I mean people of diaspora, from, let's say, what we call Western civilization, is how we do things, the process. We all do the same things, but it's how we do it that is different, the process that is different,
I'm Natalia Peters, reporting live and direct for the Rastafari DVD News.
As we see the things that's going on here in Barbados, and not only in Barbados, in the Caribbean, as it pertains to Rastafari, and how everybody take our energy and use it and just totally disrespect us. Garnet got this tune, taking advantage. Yeah. Fling that tune there.
Yes, brethren, fling this song there by Garnet, man. Taking advantage of
the privilege. Because we ain't taking it no more.
For real, too long,
we ain't taking it no more.
There be no mercy for the merciless. No mercy for the merciless. They're taking advantage of the underprivileged, too long living in bondage. Advantage of the situation. I want you to get the promotion. Advantage of the underprivileged, too long living in a bondage. Advantage of the situation. I I work, you get the promotion. Everyone is looking out for themselves. God knows they care about no one else. Work their tricks by giving a little, only to deceive you, then break your poor little heart in two. They're taking advantage of the underprivileged too long living in bondage. Advantage of the situation. I work, you get the promotion. Advantage of the underprivileged too long living in bondage. Advantage of the situation. I work, you get the promotion. It may be long, but not forever. No, no. You'll get nowhere in your foolish endeavor. Remember, your work shall be your evidence. Guys watching you from across the fence, taking advantage of the underprivileged too long living in bondage. Advantage of the situation. I work, you get the promotion. Advantage of the underprivileged too long living in a bondage. Advantage of the situation. I work, you get the promotion. Hurt not yourself because of evildoers. Yet a little while and they shall be no more. You get the strength from one who's got the power and no you'll overcome and death that I'm sure. They're taking advantage. Help the underprivileged. Help the underprivileged. Help the underprivileged. Oh, Jah, help the underprivileged. Oh, yes, help the underprivileged. Help the underprivileged. Help the underprivileged. Help the underprivileged. Help the underprivileged.
I want to big up all the Nyabinghi, the 12 tribe, the Boba Shanti,
can't forget
all
that.
the houses and the mansions.
All the houses, the Rastafari. Please all one.
Keep positive, stay collective, keep that unity among yourself. Sistering, brethren, kings, queens, emperors and emperors. I want you all to stick together, love one another, teach the children the right way, guide them, protect them, and shield them from all hands of danger, Almighty Jah Rastafari. Live in love and harmony. I want you to know, brothers and sisters, this is rough times that we're going to be coming through. So let's stick together, this union, oh blessed. You know what I mean? Okay, we want to take you to the Bingi, give you some little spiritual vibes. Yes, we're going to give you some spiritual vibes and we return here.
Every time I
And I must eat like how the first people from creation eat, to show that I and I Rastafari is the first people. So I and I come and eat like the first people. That's why I and I even wear locks. Look like the tree, because we are the tree that planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit and juices. Your food is your medicine, and your medicine is your food. What you eat is what you is. So you have to eat healthy if you live, if you want to live. You can't just eat anything you see in a shop or anything that man made. And I eat from the earth, because the earth bring forth everything for I and I to eat and survive. So eating healthy is eating from the earth. So we don't eat like them, we don't drink like them, we don't talk like them, we don't live like them. So we are living an ancient liberty in a modern world. And the ancient liberty is before comb, scissors, razor, pot, spoon, fork, knife, civilization, modernization, even education. So that is the liberty and I is living in this time. So we are in the world but not of the world.
Talia Peters here in Queen's Park as we celebrate with the Caribbean Rastafari organisation with their Expo 2008. And yes, I'm here with the Executive Director. Sistrine, please introduce yourself to all of our audience.
I'm Sister Ijanya Christian. I run the CRO Secretariat from the island of Anguilla. We are a regional organisation, so we are registered in Antigua. Our secretariat is in Anguilla, and we have members from all over the English-speaking Caribbean with affiliates.
Fantastic. So tell me a little bit more about the organisation and where you are hoping to go in the future.
Our mission is a repatriation and reparations mission, but we're also concerned about the economic development of Rastafari, because whether we are residing in the Caribbean, these lands of captivity, or whether we repatriate to the motherland, our economic development is an important aspect of our overall development. So we've been over time focusing on spirituality and, in recognition that progress must be moral, but it must be made. We are now beginning to look at our economic reality, and that is why for many of our summits we include a culture and trade expo such as the one that we're having here at Queen's Park. So basically a lot of what I do has to do with lobbying at the governmental level, CARICOM, the African Union, on any matter, and the United Nations too, on any matter that has to do with reparation or repatriations. So a lot of the work that I'm doing now is involved in talking with governments and putting Rastafari positions to them. And very soon you're going to hear in Barbados a motion brought before your House of Parliament on the matter of reparations. That's the level at which we're operating in advancing the lobby for these twin goals that the Rastafari nation has always demanded from the very beginning of our existence.
And Sistrine, what more tools do you need? What more can the Rastafari community do to help you facilitate the works that you're doing and the works of the Caribbean Rastafari organisation?
We need wider participation and deeper involvement of Rastafari people, not just for the sake of the lobby, but for the sake of ourselves. Whatever it is that we want to achieve, we have to achieve by our own efforts. I'm a Garveyite. Marcus Garvey, without the benefit of DVD and internet and so on, was was able to mobilize African people the world over. Surely our task in the 21st century must be easier, but the impetus is there, and we now have the skills that we need. We need people like you to not always be on this side of the camera, but sometimes to get your hands in the trenches in other ways. Sometimes we need help with the simple things of child minding to enable sistering to do other kinds of work. Sometimes we are farming. We always it is about nation building, which really means all hands to the plow and
all hands on deck.
All hands on deck. And the media work that you are doing is essential to the process as well. As a Gavi, I really love the fact that we're talking about ownership of media.
Right. As opposed to just, being the facilitators or the assistants, etc.
Maybe someone will allow us to put this piece in our words.
Or have an interview featured during.
And the spin that gets put to it afterwards is sometimes something.
And it is sweet.
We can't recognize ourselves at the end. I am particularly thrilled that you are Rastafari people owning media, and therefore we're recognizing that we do have all that we need. It's a matter of centralizing, harnessing it, bringing all the right pieces together in the right place at the right time to make for what we call capacity to realize the things that we set out to go.
Finished here in Barbados, and indeed after you visit the other islands of the Caribbean.
The summit website, I think, is a good place to start. The summit is going to be over. The website is still going to be there. The URL is http://icarbarbados.org/expo. Let me repeat that. http://icarbarbados.org/expo. It's a good place to start. And then this email address for the secretariat is simple: crosecretariat@yahoo.com.
Easy.
Yes. So people can get in touch that way. It's the easiest way. We do have other details, but that's the way that people are more likely to get in touch. There are members in Barbados. Our founding member, one of them is ICAR Barbados, the Ichiruganim Council for the Advancement of Rastafari, and that's another place. Some members of that have a shop, the Rastafari Culture, Trade and Healing Circle, where you can have
Wellington Street,
food for your body, mind and soul. There's a craft shop next door. So pay attention to what is happening in Barbados, and wherever you are, link into the effort that's going on there. If you're bringing something new, then you're welcome, because we really do need to think of nation building in a very comprehensive way. There must be nothing short, and Rastafari do not expect that our needs and our interests are going to be advanced by Babylon. They're different, Yes.
Sister, let's just have that website address one more time, because I want everybody to take note, please.
Yes, http://icarbarbados.org/expo.
Give thanks and praise, Sister. That's very blessed.
No, woman, no cry. No, woman, no cry. Watch this.
Calling all ganja, marijuana smokers and users. Be there at the Steel Shed, Queen's Park in Bridgetown, St. Michael, Barbados, on the 31st of January 2012 at 7 p.m. Let's light up the place with the truth. Let's smoke out the myths about marijuana. For a long time we have been humiliated, persecuted, threatened, beaten, imprisoned, wrongfully accused, unfeared, lie alone, exploited. They search our homes, infringe on our privacy, wreck our appliances. We had to pay penalties out of our hard-earned pockets, and they even murder some of our children. Because of this God-given plan here on this very earth we live on. It was founded on Solomon Grave, the Chinese industrial for centuries. It is legal in Holland, Amsterdam, in the coffee shops. It's popular in Canada. USA has marijuana medicinal clinics. It is smoked by whites, blacks, Chinese, Japanese, Indian, and all other races and people. They have marijuana marches all over the world in certain cities. The Indians in earlier times used it as their peace pipe. Even presidents of America grew it and smoked it. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, Abraham Lincoln, James Monroe, Andrew Jackson, John F. Kennedy, Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Obama sat around and inhaled the fumes. Here in Barbados, former Prime Minister smoked it, and also ministers. Some doctors, lawyers, teachers, civil servants, students, university tutors, and even some of the police smoke it. So now is the time to eradicate the hatred for marijuana. To decriminalize and legalize the use of this friendly industrial medicinal plant. It is for us to enjoy the great benefits it has to offer. Be there at the Steel Shed, Queen's Park in Bridgetown, St. Michael, Barbados on the 31st of January 2012 at 7 p.m. See you there! Yes, giving thanks and praise to the Almighty Haile Selassie, King Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, ever living, ever faithful, ever sure. Giving thanks for all those who support the Rastafari DVD News, all those that will take in making this DVD possible. We give thanks and praise, bless all the sons and daughters, kings and queens, emperor, empress, bless up all of you, guide you, protect you, shield you in the name of the Most High, Haile Selassie, King Rastafari. I am Bongalite signing out for Rastafari DVD News. We will be returning with Volume 4 in February. Check it out. More news to come. Boom, boom.